Hey, this is Bill Crastille from Lincoln, Nebraska, inviting you all to join Scratch the Vinyl.
Yeah, so why don't you just tell us a little bit about kind of your journey to where you're at right now?
Well, of course, my first show was in 1973. It was with my sister, Emily, and it was her and I, and it was kind of a Greg and Marsha Brady thing, from the Brady Bunch. I played guitar and she did the tambourine. She did all the singing. And our first job was New Year's Eve in Malcolm, Nebraska, at a place called the Branched Oak Inn in the basement on a dirt floor for a Budweiser New Year's Eve party. That was my first booking. And from there, I started evolving into the band thing and started Timberwolf, my band, in 1974. And we did all the high school dances, the senior proms, the homecomings, and all that. So we traveled around doing that. And then Timberwolf was my band back then. And we took every weekend we'd be playing somewhere. And during high school, we'd be doing the Goodyear morning Christmas party. So that started at 7 o'clock in the morning. So we were out to Earl's bar out there, and we had to play at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to school, and come back and play that night at Earl's. And so that was fun back then. I just great times. But I was 16 when I first started doing my Elvis part. So I'd been playing in the band for a couple of years, and then I went out to see a friend of mine, Jim McManaman. He was the first Elvis guy here in town, and I went out and watched him at a place called the Rendezvous. And I remember like it was yesterday. He come out there and he had this guitar on. And I was 14. I think he was 24 at the time. And he had this guitar strapped on, and they started Promised Land. And here he come out there, Elvis, and he started kicking it. And I was like, whoa, that just blew me away. So at 16, I started doing my first Elvis show. And the first show, I still remember, it didn't go very well. My dad, in fact, my dad came downstairs the next day in my room, and he goes, well, I got to talk to you about something. I said, what's that? And he goes, if you're going to do Elvis, you're going to have to move. You can't stand there. I said, well, what do you mean, Dad? So here he is down there. My dad was a policeman, and here he is downstairs trying to show me these Elvis moves. And so you got this old Sergeant Crass Steel downstairs, and he's about 220 pounds, and he's trying to show me these Elvis moves, and I'm just my dad. Wow. So that the Elvis thing evolved watching a lot of videos, and of course back then, I bought my first VCR. And I recorded a lot of, every time there was an Elvis thing on TV, I recorded it and just watched all the moves. So I had the Elvis thing going and then the band thing going. And no matter what direction Timberwolf went, we always did the Elvis set. 1983, when we went on the road full time, and had a agent out of Omaha called Panko Entertainment Agency, and they kept us busy up until 1990. I started doing my single, and the reason I started that is because during the years time, guys' goals change, so you're always replacing somebody all the time, and I just wanted to do something more stable that I could enjoy and not really have to worry about rehearsing the same stuff over and over and over again. So I started doing my single in 1990 at a place here in Lincoln called the Cattle Company. And that was at 27th and Holdrege store. It was the old Safeway store they turned into a restaurant lounge. And that was my first doing my single. And I've been doing my single ever since. And so I've been in Nashville. I won awards down in Rio Grande Valley, Texas, down there, uh, doing shows down there. And so, like I said, everything just kind of evolved. But the best part is, man, I still love it like it's my first time every time I do a show. I did 335 shows last year.
Man, you're getting after it. I mean, I would argue that you're the new hardest working man in show business, especially like local show business. You are the guy.